Good morning once again, everyone. In this session, I'll be sharing a reflection on PEMNA's journey so far, looking back at our key achievements and discussing how we can build on those experiences as we move into phase 3. Before we look ahead, let me take a moment to briefly introduce PEMNA, especially for our new participants and also as a quick reminder for our longtime members. The Public Expenditure Management Network in Asia, or PEMNA, is a peer learning network of public financial management officials across the Asia-Pacific region. It was established in 2012 with a common goal to strengthen the efficiency, effectiveness, and transparency of PFM systems in our member countries. PEMNA brings together 14 member countries that share this common interest. Through our network, officials exchange experiences, share reform practices, and learn from one another about the key attribute of sound PFM systems and how these can be adapted within their own national context. And we have the PEMNA Secretariat to support these ongoing activities and ensure the smooth functioning of the network. The Secretariat is housed within the Korea Institute of Public Finance in Seoul and manages the daily operation of the network, from organizing meetings to reporting the progress of activities. The Secretariat works together with other stakeholders of the network to offer the best experience possible for its members. PEMNA began its journey with one core activity, peer learning. It has always been at the heart of our community. During phase 1, this centered around the 3 main pillars: the plenary conference, community of practice meetings, and study visits. In these early years, we focused on building and strengthening our community through various in-person and online meetings. Thanks to the active participation of our members, we successfully established a solid and collaborative peer learning network. As PEMNA matured, the network gradually expanded its scope and entered phase 2, introducing new components such as research activities on advisory services program and enhanced communication, reporting, and monitoring and evaluation. Through these efforts, PEMNA provided government officials across member countries with greater opportunities to examine their PFM systems and policies in depth, and to seek tailored consultation on specific challenges they faced. Despite the challenges posed by the global pandemic, these new initiatives, combined with continued peer learning activities, helped further strengthen our community. Since 2012, in phase 1, PEMNA has organized a total of 70 peer learning events. In phase 2, which lasted for 5 years, we conducted 4 plenary conferences, 17 COM meetings, and 9 study visits. Here is an overview of the 4 plenary conferences held during phase 2. As you remember, due to COVID-19, the first 2 conferences in 2020 and 2021 were held online. Despite the challenges of virtual meetings, we were still able to connect, share experiences, and continue our peer learning activities. In 2022, we were delighted to resume in-person meetings hosted by Korea's Ministry of Economy and Finance. In 2023, the plenary conference was held in Lao PDR, generously hosted by the Ministry of Finance. Let's take a look at the study visit, which offer more in-depth learning experiences. As you can see from the table, we held several study visits across different member countries. Each visit focused on the PFM priorities of the visiting countries, while our generous hosts and shared their expertise and best practices to support learning. These naturally lead us to reflect on the discussions themselves. What topics captured the greatest attention, and what did our members focus their engagement? By examining the recurring themes across these meetings, we can clearly see the area where PEMNA's work has had the most impact and generated the most interest. For BCAP, the most frequently discussed topics include fiscal sustainability, budget transparency, green transition, the medium-term expenditure framework, and performance budgeting. Meanwhile, for TCAP, discussions often centered on public asset management, cash management, modernization of treasury, and transition from cash to accrual accounting, and integrated financial management information system. Now, I would like to briefly share the participation trend in our peer learning activities over the years from 2020 to 2024. As you can see, the number of participants has steadily increased over time during phase 2. Even during the COVID-19 period in 2020, when in-person meetings were not possible, networking and knowledge sharing continued through online platforms, ensuring that the community remained connected. Let us turn to the impact of PEMNA activities on our community. After each peer learning activity, the Secretariat has conducted post-event satisfaction surveys to continuously improve our events, and I am pleased to share the result for phase 2. Over the past 5 years, our members have expressed consistently high satisfaction with our peer learning activities. These results reflect a remarkable achievement, demonstrating that our activities have maintained high quality, even in challenging circumstances. Looking more closely at the key indicators used to assess the event, we consider both effectiveness and relevance. When asked about these indicators, the average ratings over the past 5 years were 4.4, indicating that PEMNA events have made a meaningful impact on its members by delivering practical knowledge through peer learning. Furthermore, when participants were asked whether they had a chance to apply the knowledge gained in their daily work and whether they plan to share it with their colleagues, the average scores were 4.7 and 4.8. Overall, this survey results highlight that PEMNA's peer learning activities are not only well received, but also practically useful, providing knowledge that members can directly apply and share within their own organization. Alongside the peer learning activities, PEMNA has also undertaken various research initiatives and advisory services programs, which have significantly enriched our knowledge sharing platform. Under the advisory services program, PEMNA carried out 3 projects. In addition to advisory work, PEMNA has produced a range of research outputs, including in-depth research and policy brief series. You can find all the knowledge product at the PEMNA website. Beyond the research and advisory work, the Secretariat has also placed strong emphasis on strengthening PEMNA's communication efforts. To connect our members, the Secretariat has developed and implemented a range of communication activities for the community. These efforts include optimizing content for the PEMNA website and social media channels, and ensuring that all messages and visuals reflect a consistent identity of the network. In addition, the Secretariat regularly produces various communication products such as the annual report, issues and talk, a look back on PEMNA, and the e-newsletter to share updates, highlight achievement, and document ongoing discussions within the community. Through these efforts, PEMNA continues to enhance transparency, visibility, and engagement across the region. Looking back at PEMNA's activities, from peer learning to research and communication efforts, we can see several key contributions that the network has made across the region. The first, PEMNA has successfully established a robust network of public finance officials across the Asia-Pacific. The network forms the backbone of all our activities and enables ongoing collaboration and peer learning among member countries. Second, through study visit and topic-focused discussion, the network has created direct communication channels between countries. Third, the network has also strengthened connections with international organizations and experts. By bringing global knowledge and best practices to our members, PEMNA supports informed decision-making and helps address PFM challenges. Another important contribution is the accumulation of peer learning knowledge through research coupled with practical policy recommendation. Finally, PEMNA provides direct support to member countries in their ongoing PFM reforms. By offering a platform for discussion, guidance, and knowledge exchange, the network helps countries improve efficiency, transparency, and effectiveness in their PFM systems. For instance, over the last 2 years of Phase 2, we asked our members how PEMNA has supported PFM reforms in their countries. The average score was 4.3, which clearly indicates that our activities are having a tangible impact. We also specially asked what impact the study visit had on their work, and members shared that the study visit provided practical insights into key areas of PFM, such as IFMIS, budgeting, and many others. These experiences demonstrate that PEMNA's peer learning activities do more than provide knowledge. They offer actionable guidance that strengthens PFM systems and helps member countries implement reforms effectively. As we've seen, PEMNA has achieved a lot in Phase 2. The activities and feedback show that the network is valuable and has a real impact. At the same time, members shared some areas where we could improve. I'd like to highlight 2 main points. First, event organizing. Members suggested that having earlier access to member meeting information, such as dates, locations, and topics, would allow them to prepare more effectively. They also noted that better time management during sessions would help discussions stay focused and productive, ensuring that everyone can benefit fully from each activity. Second, interaction opportunities. Participants expressed a desire for more meaningful exchanges during meetings. They highlighted the importance of creating opportunities for interaction between speakers and member countries, and for promoting peer-to-peer engagement across the network. Stronger interactions will enrich discussions and make learning more dynamic and practical for all participants. These reflections lead us to consider how we can address these points in PEMNA 3. Building on the feedback from Phase 2, we have identified several areas to focus on in Phase 3. We want to strengthen our approach to annual planning. Careful preparation, including developing the schedule of events of date, location, and main themes in advance, will allow PEMNA to identify key speakers in advance and share presentation materials ahead of time. We also want to create more opportunities for interaction. As a peer learning network, PEMNA drives on dynamic engagement and the exchange of ideas among its members. We could further enrich this experience by inviting international speakers to attend the meetings in person, as their presence fosters deeper dialogue and stronger connections than virtual participation alone. Another important focus in Phase 3 is linking peer learning with research. By aligning research outputs with the themes of meetings, we can provide the practical insights that members can apply in their own countries. Finally, I want to emphasize that PEMNA's success is built on the active participation and ownership of its member countries. Your contributions are what make the network vibrant and meaningful. We warmly encourage member countries to take an active role in Phase 3 by delivering presentation, volunteering as session moderators, or even hosting upcoming PEMNA events. And for those interested in taking on the co-chair's role in the new phase, please do not hesitate to contact the Secretariat. As we look ahead to Phase 3, I truly believe that our collaboration and shared commitment will make PEMNA even stronger. Once again, thank you all for being part of the PEMNA community and for joining us today. Your active participation and continued support are what keep the network strong and meaningful. I look forward to working with all of you to build on our achievement, take on new challenges, and continue learning from one another. Thank you very much.